What's up, Hector? How are you?
I'm doing good. How are you?
Good, thank you. Hey, man, it's been fun covering your career for so many years. First in mixed martial arts, and now look at you, bare knuckle fighting, 3-0, and got a strap. Congrats.
Thank you. I appreciate you. And I also wanna thank you guys for always being real. And as the sport is being evolving, they have become kind of like a joke. It's a lot of inexperienced guys coming along and covering a sport that they had no clue about. But I know for the fact you guys have, had the passion and the experience to cover such an amazing sport like MMA.
Thank you.
It's a lot of clowns up there that had no respect for them at all. They don't know shit about MMA. As MMA become very popular, they jump in it, but they really had no passion for the sport at all. They just there for the fame.
Well, thank you. We appreciate the nice comment. I wanted to ask you, you've succeeded in many types of combat sports competition. What did this one feel like, to win a championship now in bare knuckle compared to others?
And I mean, especially this one. I don't know if you guys remember, but when I fought, and this is funny because when I fought at the Hard Rock, and I won my first title and my second title in Bellator, it was at the Hard Rock. And the two times that I won the title, I was sick. I had the flu, and this time I had the flu, and it was at the very same day.
Wow.
It's crazy.
Did you ever consider pulling out, or how sick were you?
Oh yeah, I think about twice to kind of like stop and call David and say like, bro, I just can't do it. You know what I mean? But I had a duty, and I just stayed on my ground, and I'm like, you know what, fuck it, it is what it is. But I just want to remind you, like my first Bellator world title, it was at the same day at the Hard Rock, and then the second time was at the same day at the Hard Rock, and now I'm fighting for the third world title in BareKnuckle at the Hard Rock. How crazy is that?
Very crazy, considering you've had so many fights for two of your biggest moments to line up on the same day. That is I don't know, it's very remarkable.
Yeah.
So Hector, bare knuckle, how would you categorize the difference of your passion for bare knuckle versus mixed martial arts?
I truly believe that BareKnuckle is gonna be the number one choice for people. The reason why is because I feel like it's a lot more entertainment, and it's a lot shorter. When you fight MMA, you have to fight 15 minutes, and I don't think like people ever gonna really truly adjust to the ground. There will be people that they would love to the fight in the ground, but there will be, I would say, like maybe 70, 80% of the people gonna always hate that part, and that come from a guy who is a judo guy, who is a black belt in BJJ. I compete in BJJ. in the Abu Dhabi and stuff like that. So I love grappling. I love BJJ, but facts are facts, and I truly believe like it's a lot of people hate when the fight goes to the ground. So I feel like BareKnuckle is more explosive and it's more entertainment than any other sport because you got to keep it on the feet, and the blood and the madness and the punches, the cuts may say even 10 times better.
Well, it's definitely as primal and as real as a fight can get. That's for sure. You guys, I think at the most, I think there's one small piece of tape just because the commission asks. But other than that, it's bare knuckles and there's cuts and blood everywhere. And you're right, a lot of people are paying attention.
Yeah, it's exciting as fuck. Boxing. I truly believe boxing is still remain the most popular sport in the game, and I feel like BareKnuckle is kind of overtake boxing because it's boxing but with no gloves, so it's kind of like boxing with more violence.
I would agree. Before I ask you about, I guess, the rest of the, what might be next for you at BareKnuckle, one thing that caught my eye was when I was checking your social media, Hector Lombard versus Jake Paul. And not only did, you posted it, you got a lot of replies off of that. And I would love to see him fight in BareKnuckle, just to see what he's got in BareKnuckle. I've already seen what he's got in boxing. I'd love to see him in BareKnuckle. Have you heard a lot of attention from that post?
Yeah. I don't really think like he would ever gonna have balls to fight BareKnuckle. I know for the fight he's and this is come from a guy that I've been supporting, Jake Paul, way before anybody. I remember when I said on my Instagram that Jake Paul was going to KO Ben Askren, a lot of people laugh at me. But Ben Askren stuck at boxing. So I was right. And Jake Paul is is a natural athlete, but I don't think he's got the mango to ever take the gloves off and fight BareKnuckle. I don't think so. And he can prove me wrong.
Hector, as far as your level of, when we think about your career and all the things that you've done, it's almost like a storybook, right? The places you've been in, Pride, the UFC, Bellator. What are your nerves like the night of fight night for BareKnuckle compared to some of the other things that you've done in your career?
I'm not gonna lie. This fight I was the most nervous because I was super sick. I had a car accident. I haven't told anybody, but I had a car accident. And then on top of that, my back is still fucked up. And then on top of that, I got sick. I was at the hospital. So I was scared as fuck because I wasn't like 100%. And, I pulled it off. And I became victorious. But like I say, there is nothing that is gonna compare. When I was a little kid, getting beat up by my dad every day. So that always gonna remind for the rest of my life. And I don't wish that to happen to any kid. That's why I became a fighter myself, because I had so much hate. I had so much hate inside of me that me, a little kid, 10 years old, getting bashed for nothing because my dad was an alcoholic. And, I started opening up because, I never said that to anybody. I never told my story when I was a young kid. But I said, like, you know what? I gotta tell people what I went through.
Yeah, that we've had some fighters come in before and talk about that happening to them. And what they'll say is sometimes they don't even see their opponent in front of them. What they see is like memories throughout their lives, and that's what they feel like they're fighting. Do you ever feel that sort of feeling in your fight where you're not necessarily looking at your opponent, you're looking at things that you've gone through in your life and fighting that?
Yeah, well, that was me. That was me. For all my life, I said to myself, you know, what else I can go through? You know, like being a young kid, and all you experience was getting beat up with the belt, left and right, for no reason. So I had no fear of me. You know, born in Cuba, which is already fucked up, and then on top of that, you know, you're born in a place where a guy is an alcoholic and he's fucked up, and all he does is fucking hate you because he hates himself.
Yeah. Hector, you started doing this sport when a lot of people didn't believe in mixed martial arts. They didn't think that you could make a career out of it. They didn't believe that it was a real sport. And now you've seen it grown. And now you're a part of BareKnuckle, which is another sport that a lot of people said, I don't think this is going to stick around. And here they are putting together great shows. Is there a sort of pride that goes along with being a part of not just making a sport grow, but kind of helping it create it?
Yeah, I mean, just put it this way. This is something that, you know, and I got to give you the props to you guys because honestly, you guys being the most fair out of all when it comes to me. I was the first Cuban to ever compete in MMA. I was the first Cuban to ever hold world titles, BareKnuckle world titles, Bellator world titles, and I never get a recognition from anything. You know, like there is no recognition. But I was the first guy. I always been the first guy from Cuba, or even for Australia, that I started representing the country. And then after me, everybody came up. But I was the one that started off.
Definitely the OG for sure, Hector. Lots of successes in many sports. We definitely have recognized it, and it's been fun.
I know you guys do, and that's why I give you guys the pro. You guys being always more than fair and square with me. And I don't know what's going on. What is the bias when it comes to me? I don't know if to be honest, I really don't know what's going on. Like, sometimes I ask myself, like, man, you know, you get all these guys, you get all this coverage, and then when it comes to me, I start before all these clowns. You know, one day I'm gonna open up with you guys to let you know, guys, what really happened when me, after 25 wins straight, signing the biggest contract in the UFC, getting paid signing bonus, getting paid big money with pay-per-view and stuff like that, I couldn't success. I have a lot going on at the time. My personal life, my marriage. I went through. I should know you're gonna tell you, man. I went through a roller coaster. It wasn't a level of competition. It was the roller coaster. Put it this way: I signed the biggest contract in USC, and one day I'm driving to Miami, and my ex, she says to me, "You know why you signed the biggest contract in USC history?" I said, "No, why?" "Because me." And I'm like, "Are you serious?" I crashed the car. I smashed all the side of the car, and I hit my sternum. I fractured my sternum because I was so angry at her. 4 weeks later, I was fighting against Steamboat. I still believe that I won the fight. I won the fight easy. but they took it from me because they didn't want to. They didn't want to pay me. They didn't want to pay me how much they supposed to pay me. So they cut my contract, and they renegotiated my contract, and they did a new one.
Wow, that is a lot of behind the scenes.
Yeah.
Especially not only that, but you sharing what you did with your childhood. You know, one day when we have you back in studio in Las Vegas, hopefully we can, you know, dive into anything you'd like, because I think fans would love to hear, you know, all the successes, but also all of the roller coaster ride that has been your career, because it's been very, very interesting. You know, high level judoka, you know, Olympic level, mixed martial arts champion, tournament champ, and undisputed champ, and then of course now BareKnuckle. So it's always been interesting to talk to you, and we thank you for the time tonight. I did want to ask you one last thing. You know, obviously you posted it on your social media, and you kind of talked about how sick you were, you know, on fight week. But can you explain, so everybody's clear, after the fight when Hunt got near you, was it more about him just he was ruining your moment, or was he just too much in your space, and you know, were you still kind of coming down from the fight itself for somebody to be that close to you?
Look, that guy's a fucking clown. I fucking hate that motherfucker. You know, first of all, he's a nobody. Okay? It's like 3 wins, 5 losses, fighting in small little organizations. Who gives a fuck about that fucking clown? And then on top of that, he one day went to my gym. And I'm like, what's up with you, man? I'm a fear no man, period. I fear no man, period. I can die today, and I will be happy. I will be 10 times more happy dying today, whether you cut me with a knife or you shoot me, than me feeling scared of any man. And this clown came to my gym, and I come to him. I slap him a couple times in the stomach. Said, "Bitch, what the fuck are you doing here? Don't fuck with me." He goes, "Oh, no, we cool. He's got the camera." And I go to him like, "What you fucking gotta do with that, you clown? You ain't nobody, bitch. And I gotta tell you something. I'm a fear no man. I ain't scared of no man, you clown." He goes, no, we cool. He goes back and he started, on his Instagram saying that he came and he intimidated me, that, I was scared, blah, 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 blah. I'm saying, everybody saw you getting a slap at your stomach by me, and all you did was just laughing and cooling that cool, my boy. And then he's talking so much shit. Nothing happened. And then he goes to the BareKnuckle. I'm focused on Joe Riggs. I'm sick. I had an accident. I got so much going on. I'm focused on Joe Riggs. I'm feeling like a fucking shit because I have fever. I have a headache. I'm not feeling right. And all I see is this clown in my fucking face. That shit's not right. So I finished my fight, and it's my moment. I built that moment. It's my fucking moment. I built my moment. I won my fight, sick as fuck. And here he is from behind, trying to come in and steal my moment. Fuck you, man. Fuck you. And I tell you what, man, I gotta fix this motherfucker. He doesn't know how to fuck with a fucking real OG Cuban. He had no fucking clue. He had no fucking clue who he's fucking with. I can tell you that for a fact. He is a 3 wins, 5 losses in MMA, fighting bums. You a bum. Try to fucking steal my moment. That's what I can care less about him. And whatever I see him is on. But I no interest in fighting him. He had a fight. and he was the main event. Nobody ever heard about that main event because he doesn't put the numbers. He doesn't. It's a bum. Nobody gives a fuck about him.
I'll tell you what. After the slaps in the stomach and that 2-piece and a Cuba Libre that you gave him the other night, I don't think he's gonna do that anymore. But listen, congrats, seriously, congrats on this title, and I hope to continue to see you fight at BareKnuckle. Whether it's Jake Paul or somebody else, keep doing your thing, Hector. And thank you as always for the time here with Goz and I on Junkie Radio.
Thank you. And once again, guys, before I leave, you guys have no idea how much I appreciate you guys. Even like I remember when I had the situation in Vegas, you know, you guys were the only people that interviewed me. Remember when the KO, when that KO that basically become no contest.
Right.
So I had no words to be grateful to you guys because you guys have been real.
Thank you, sir. We appreciate it.
And the sport needs that, man. The sport needs that because it's a lot of bias, you know, and people fucking size, and it's not right.
Well, again, yeah, that's very kind of you to say that. And we're here to stay in this sport and any combat sport because we grew up with boxing and then came MMA and now BareKnuckle. We're pretty lucky to be able to do this as a job and to be able to cover you fine athletes. So thank you so much. And yeah, I remember that day in Las Vegas after the dollar weight fight. You came to the studio, and hopefully it's not the last time you visit us at the studio. We'd love to have you again.
No, 100%. Anytime you guys want to interview with me, you guys got it.
Thank you,
sir.